I first started having thoughts of not staying on the planet Earth to the highest degree at around age 12. Obviously, I never followed through. I'm still here. I would say it or hint to it. There were some ideas, but eventually I ended up just using alcohol and drugs, primarily weed, to numb feelings and black out, stop thinking at around age 14 or so. It is common to blame the parent when a child experiences things like this. However, the parent is always doing the best they can. Every human being is. It is also common to blame and shame the child for things like this. For the holes that I would leave in my wall out of anger and rage and just screaming, I just flipping out. When we flip out when we're teenagers or younger, it's very common to blame the child and shame the child for things like this. However, the child is also doing the best that they can. No child is waking up in the morning saying, you know what? I am going to be enraged all day long. It's what I want. It's what I desire. No child is waking up in the morning with that as their intention. Both parent and child want peace, but for generations, it has not been common for the collective to be aware that peace is what we are. For many generations, it has not been common for humans in general to understand their emotions, to be able to hold space for their emotions, to know themselves as the awareness of their thoughts and emotions, to know that they are not their thoughts, and to know that they are free to live and parent from their heart instead of how they were raised or how society tells them they need to parent their children. For many generations, it has been common collectively to blame and shame parents and children for any behavior of parent or child that looks less than perfect or peaceful. I'm going to repeat that one more time. For many, many, many generations, it has been common collectively to blame and shame parents and children for any behavior of the parent or the child that looks less than perfect or peaceful. So, for many generations, instead of focusing on collectively, instead of focusing on, okay, we have acknowledged that we as a collective want more peace. So let's get solution oriented about what we can do collectively to make it more simple and practical to feel peace in the home and in general. Instead of that route, collectively, not everybody individually, but collectively, instead, there's been more of promoting shaming and blaming, which leads to people wanting to suppress or project instead of sit with and transmute, instead of hold space for and accept. So, just a perpetual cycle of shaming and blaming is what we have collectively gotten used to for many, many generations. We are shifting from shaming and blaming parents and children for the lack of peace within the home. We are shifting from blaming and shaming parents and children for parents' depression. We are shifting from blaming and shaming parents and children for the child's depression, rage, their grades, or their behavior. We're shifting to fulfilling our desire to have a deeper connection with our children, fulfilling our desire of having a peaceful home environment, fulfilling our desire of parenting from our peace. That is what we are shifting to. And we're shifting to that by showing up as what we truly are instead of what we have been conditioned to be, and making that decision to do so moment to moment to the best of our ability. And like with everything else in life, the more you practice showing up as who and what you truly are instead of what you've been conditioned to be, you get more and more masterful at doing so. You get more and more skilled at anything you practice. So we are shifting from blaming and shaming ourselves and others to consciously and intentionally every day, the best that we can, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to show up in fear, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to treat our children as less than, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to project our emotions onto those closest to us, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to treat ourselves like shit, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to think love is anywhere but within us, showing up as love even though we have been conditioned to think we can only give love if we get it first. Do not blame yourself or shame yourself for anything you did before you remembered that you are love and that there is power in your peace. It's a moment to moment choice to show up as who you are instead of who you have been conditioned to be. As parents, it can seem like it's impossible at times. So many things being triggered left and right by these little wild kiddos that we love. But that is the gift of parenthood. When we learn how to use the triggers in parenthood to heal, empower ourselves from within, and create our own unique parenting styles that feel true for us and amplifies peace and connection, it all feels more simple over time and practical even. No matter what your past, parenthood is not preventing you from healing from it, nor is it an obstacle to you enjoying your life now. Parenthood is helping you get clear on what you want and helping you realize that you are the one that is going to give it to yourself. If there was one thing I could tell the 28 to 31-year-old version of me who was super confused at how she could be experiencing bliss and feeling more peace than ever before in her life, but still getting super triggered by her child, and if today were my last day and I had only one thing I could share, it would be this. You are peace. You are bliss. So you do not have to effort to become that. You just have to use the triggering moments with your child to ask the right questions. A right question is any question that is sincere, super genuine. It's a question that you would ask if you really wanted to know something. Why am I triggered right now? Where did I learn to react this way in these situations? What am I believing right now that is causing me to react this way? What would I do right now if I was feeling love and compassion for myself and my child? What did I need right now when I was a child? Is what I am thinking right now a reflection of my favorite version of myself as a parent? My child is my teammate. Am I thinking from that awareness right now? If I am peace at my core and was peace without judgment and contempt for others before I learned language, then what is it that is so enraged right now? Why am I triggered by this? You are peace, you are bliss, so you do not have to effort to become that. You just have to use the triggering moment with your child to ask the right questions. And most importantly, you have to just be yourself, be still, and wait for the answer to the question to arise. You are peace, you are bliss. You do not need to change or be different. The conditioning drops away as you become aware of it. For so long, we have operated from a deep sleep where the patterns ran the show. Parenthood is a blessing in and of itself, and it can also be used to help you get super skilled at staying awake and experiencing life from the peace you are instead of asleep to it. That is all most of us ever wanted as kids and even adults. Peace. Peace. You know, we have always wanted peace. And you are that. I hope that there's at least one thing from this video that benefits you. I have a workshop that I'm holding on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want info on how you can join that and co-create with me in a way that can lead to us experiencing more peace and parenthood in the week ahead, DM me the word workshop. And if you want some of the free tools that have helped me and many of my clients over the past 4 years, if you want me to send those to you, comment or DM the word peace, and I will send those to you as well. Be gentle on yourself. Peace.